G'day folks. Well, for this afternoon's equipment autopsy, we're going to look at this TEVION brand 42-inch plasma. It's one of three that I got off Jay the Aussie. The Panasonic one's down there, and there's a big, really chunky old Philips, I think it is, sitting out under the carport. It's got speakers and everything integrated into the case, and it's one heavy monster, even though it's the same size panel. So that one can stay out there for now. This one is... get a better look at that sticker on it. We'll plug it in and try it first. I think he's had them apart and said none of them light up or work properly. So yeah, that's part number on it. It's a PLU 276, 400 watts power consumption. That's pretty big compared with an LCD. Retail date is the 6th month 2006. So it's about 7 years old. No real it's got HDMI input and PC and everything. It's got quite a few good inputs on it. But yeah, we'll have a look at it. Main reason I'm going for this one first is because I noticed it's got a Samsung power supply like the JVC that I've got. Still haven't been able to fix that one, so if the power supply in this is identical, I'll be able to swap it over. At least try it in the JVC, see if anything's different. This might have blown drive boards on the side of the panel. Who knows? I can't even tell you what each component is at the moment because I just don't know enough about plasmas. But I do know how to repair power supplies with blown caps, so that's sort of what I'm going for at the moment. I'm hoping one of these has blown caps in the power supply and is fairly easy to fix, but yeah, if they're drive boards or digital boards, most of these probably end up as a pile of spare parts. Probably won't even keep the panels because, well, they just take up too much room. And plasmas are just so common now, it's not funny. Alright, let's just try a straight out power on test. I've got standby power. Relay's clicked in. Nothing from the panel though. It won't even shut down. Yeah, I had a lot of relays click and that was about it. Source, menu, no nothing. So the panel's just not coming up. Oh, there we go, it's just clicked out again. Get the cover off and run it again. We'll see if it changes code or anything like that. Yeah. If anything, it's a very slight flicker from the panel, but yeah, not very happy. Oh, we'll get the back panel off, back cover off and have a look. I've got a feeling I can't do that without taking the base off. So we'll end up doing this on the floor. Okay, well, essentially it's just a Samsung plasma. The panel module is Samsung, so is the power supply. This board here, don't really know, it's probably made by the other company that distributes this thing. Everything's got made in China printed on it, so it's not even a Korea one. Yeah, that one's a Chinese made Samsung display panel, just like that Samsung washing machine. It ain't Korean, it's all Chinese. So yeah, I don't really know where to start with these things. I did notice that cap's gotten pretty hot and its plastic wrapper started to shrink back a bit, so that might be part of the problem, but I don't know. Plasmas are a lot trickier to fix than LCDs, I can tell you now. But I won't destroy this one just yet. I'll do some research, look up what type of power supply this is. It's definitely not the same as the JVC one. The JVC is a bit bigger and heftier. And again, there's no obviously blown caps like a lot of them do have, and I still haven't bought an ESR meter, so I can't just go around probing and testing them. Yeah, it's a bit of a shame. These things don't last long enough to be worth the amount of money they cost. I mean, this TV, even as a cheaper brand, would have cost over $1,000 in its day. I mean, my mum's Hitachi, which is about 8 or 9 years old now, that cost $3,500 with a wooden cabinet to sit it on and the base mount. That was about it. They sold the base separately for it, and they sold a cheap ass looking wooden cabinet, and that was about it for about $3.5 grand. Oh, and a surround sound system actually. She got a Kenwood surround sound with it, which died after about 4 years. I actually took it to a technician that I know. I don't know where he is now, but he just found a fault on the Kenwood's audio output board, and because they'd scrubbed the names off the ICs, he couldn't tell what the hell they were or where to get them from, so that one went in the bin. And fancy that, they actually, either the name was scrubbed off it or it was just an unlisted IC about that size there. It was just a 3-pin regulator or something like that. God knows what it did. I don't think it was a regulator, but he just couldn't work out what it did or what type it was because it was completely unlisted. And that's in a name like Kenwood. It's just a board swap job. Take the board out, replace it. And a board swap cost more than the unit was worth. Just like this sort of thing. A new power supply for this would cost more than what they're bloody worth now. You can get plasmas for, I think it was $700 my mate paid for it. It was a full 3D Samsung 48 or 52 inch high definition plasma, and he only paid like $700 at Harvey Norman or wherever it was. All I know is he got it dirt cheap, and it's a full HD 3-dimensional Samsung plasma TV. It's quite incredible. Now, I'll put the stand back on this and reassemble it on the table. Well, I can do that with this one. It just fits into these die-cast sockets. Some of them you can't. You can only work on them standing on their side with some padding and shit on them. Okay, just a little close-up of the board before I package it all back up again. This is definitely a high-definition model as well, which is probably not the most common in 2006. HD TVs have only really taken off a bit more recently. But yeah, it's not an awful lot to really report on. These 470 microfarad 16-volt caps don't have the flattest looking tops either. I wonder if they've gotten a bit hot or overstressed at one point. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if the power supply has gone critical and killed quite a few things. But yeah, there's the digital tuner cans. Oh no, that's a picture-in-picture tuner actually. And the other one's the main tuner. It's a HDMI. Yeah, nothing too special, but I'll put it all back together again and see how it goes. Main power supply. It's a bit dirty, but not bad. I'm guessing that's the model number there, or no, serial number. The model number down there. I just realised something. This is how I found it, and there's some stuff missing. This should have a metal shield over it, but more importantly, there's panel supports missing. There's got to be a support brace all the way up here. I'm surprised I haven't even already broken the panel with the way I've moved it around and put weight on the base of it, because all of that there and there is all that's supporting the weight of the panel. I'm really surprised I haven't cracked the panel, although I might have anyway. That might be why it's not lighting up. I'll ask Jay if he's still got the support structure or if it just never had it. Maybe somebody's had this to pieces before and they haven't put it back together properly and it's just broken the back of the panel. So, oh well. I'll leave it as it is. I'll take the base off it, put the back panel back on it, and maybe make a mounting bracket or something like that. If I at least use these two here and wall mount it, it'll be alright. Assuming I get it going. If not, it'll be a good donor for semiconductors to fix the TEAC 42 inch, which is, I think it's got, no it's not Samsung, it's Murata power supply, but it needs some 10 amp 2-pin diodes and some other bits and pieces, which this one has. So since the primary on this power supply isn't blown to pieces, I can use a lot of the parts from the primary, which is here. Yeah, it's got 2 bridge rectifiers, which are the right size, and it's also got 2 of those 10 amp 2-pin heatsink mounted diodes. So if anything, I'll use it for bits. Yeah, that's about all for tonight then, if I'm missing some crucial components for it. Thanks for watching.